Welcome to Liberty Today. Think sex trafficking is not a problem in South Dakota? Think again. Are Medicaid expansion and Obamacare one and the same? And Sam Kephart says Big Brother is listening. All this and more on today's Liberty Today.
I'm in the studio with Josie Guest. Josie is my guest today, and Josie, it's a pleasure to meet you. I listened this morning to a meeting in Sioux Falls. The South Dakota Family Policy Council had a speaker talking about sex trafficking in South Dakota. Josie, many people would say, not in South Dakota. What would you respond? How would you respond?
I was one of those people that would have said the same exact thing before. You never realize it's going on here, a small South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Nobody would ever expect it. I used to be one of the ones that would say, oh, never. Not me, not anybody I know.
You are brave enough now, after you've been through some healing, to share your testimony. For someone listening today, we're hopeful, Josie, that there is a family, a young woman, there's someone listening today that would be able to hear your testimony and have a change in their life. What was it that lured you? How did you get involved in sex trafficking?
I met somebody and I was at a vulnerable situation in my life. They always look for people that are vulnerable, and you don't realize when you get involved with the lifestyle that you are a victim to it. Things happen to you that you can never imagine, and you know, without being educated and knowing that that's what was going on with me, I had no clue, and before I knew it, I couldn't get out. It's terrible. And when you say hopefully somebody is out there that sees it, you feel shame and you feel like you're the one in the wrong and oh, it's nobody's fault but your own. Honestly, you are a victim. You just need to reach out, and it's hard. It's not something that you can just wake up and say, oh, I need help. And you don't wake up one day and say, oh, well, I'm going to go do something like this either. So you just want to reach out to somebody. Go to a pastor. Go even to the police department. I know it doesn't seem like, you know, if you're in that lifestyle, those aren't the people that you're going to go reach out to, but they're going to be the ones that will save you and help you and lead you to where you need to go.
What enabled you to get out?
I got in trouble. And I wasn't like those other women that got to get out, $100 bond and they're out. And the person that is having them do it is the one that comes and gets them out. I was blessed enough to where I had no bond. I couldn't leave. And I was in there for 5 months. And the first couple months I didn't really realize what it was. And I woke up one day and I felt different. I got into my Bible. I just started, you know, praying all the time, cut off visits from anybody that really wasn't my family or somebody positive. And I just knew I wanted to change and never wanted to feel the way that I had felt while I was feeling the shame and the guilt and just disgusting. And I never wanted to feel that way again. So I started figuring out what I needed to do to not have that happen to me.
Josie, when you were in jail, did you feel like in some strange way it was a safe place?
Yeah, I did. I felt, you know, in the beginning I was just like, why me? Why am I here? This doesn't make sense, because I didn't really see it for what it was. And when I was in there after, you know, getting sober and getting clean, I felt safe. I was scared of the people that I was around, but I was also scared of myself because I still blame myself for everything that happened. And yeah, when I went up in front of the judge and I was getting out, I told him that I was scared of myself, that's who I was really scared of. I knew I wasn't going to go back around those people. I knew I was going to change everything, but I was scared of me because I didn't know if they'd find me, and if the person that does it to you, you don't know if when you see them, you're going to be angry with them, or if you're going to be so scared that you hug them and then they can take control of you again and the cycle would start all the way over. So it was safe for me. And the judge asked me why I stopped going up and asking him for a bond. And I said, well, the same reason you didn't give me a bond in the first place. I was exactly where I needed to be.
Josie, it strikes me that South Dakota would be a very lonely place for someone who's a victim, being victimized in the sex trafficking business. Did you feel lonely and helpless?
Oh, all the time. I felt helpless, and I felt like there was nothing I could say because I felt that it was all me. It was my fault. I was an adult. I should have known better. I shouldn't have let this person guide me in the direction that they did. I shouldn't have been pulled into it. So I blame nobody but myself. And that's how a lot of the women are, and the younger girls are as well. They feel so much shame and guilt, and they're told that they'll be exposed, and they don't want people to know anything. So they take it all on themselves. It's a lot easier, I suppose, to blame yourself than it is to realize what it is.
Well, Josie, you've given some excellent advice to our listeners. If you or someone you know or love is involved in the sex trafficking industry and being victimized, reach out for help. Go to your police, go to a sheriff, go to a pastor. There is help. And Josie, you're a living testimony that there is recovery and life after sex trafficking.
Oh, yes, definitely.
God bless you. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.